Okay, today we're continuing on with determining linear rules given pieces of information. So in the next example, we're going to look at when we're given the x and y intercept. So just remember when you have the x and y intercept, obviously when it crosses here at y, x is 0, and then if it crosses here on the x-axis, y is 0. So looking at that, when it says determine the rule for the linear graph that has an x-intercept of -3 and a y-intercept of 3. So we know that because it's linear, it's going to have the y equals mx plus c pattern. And if they're telling us the x-intercept, they're actually giving us a coordinate because we know at the x-intercept y equals 0 and we know at the y-intercept x equals 0. So now that we have 2 points, we can find the rule like what we did yesterday. So we know that m can be found by using the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So in this case, I'm going to call this first point x1 and y1 and the second point x2 and y2. So when I pop that into the formula, I have 3 minus 0 over 0 minus a minus 3. So we end up with 3 over 3, which could be simplified to 1. So we now know so far that the equation is y equals 1x plus c. So to get this c value, we're going to sub in one of the points, and it doesn't matter which one, to find c. So I'm going to use the first one, -3, 0. So I know when x is -3, y is 0. So into the formula, I've got 0 equals 1 times -3 plus c. So I have 0 equals -3 plus c. Now I'm trying to get c by itself, so I'll move that over an equal sign, which means it does the opposite, which is a positive. So now I know what c is. I can finish off the equation of y equals 1x plus 3. And there's our linear rule. Okay, with this next example, we're going to find the rule by looking at the graph. So when you look at the graph, they'll give you 2 points, and we know we can find the rule if we have 2 points. So at this stage, they have, on this example, sorry, they have given me the y-intercept. So the y-intercept's when x is 0, and they've also given me the x-intercept. So I've got 2, 0, another point. And I can see that this is a straight line, so it's following this pattern again, y equals mx plus c. And I'm going to go off and find what m is, and I'm going to use my formula. So y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So it doesn't matter which point I label 1. I'm going to label this one 1 and that one 2. Okay, I'll still get the same answer if you change that around. So I have 0 minus 4 over 2 minus 0. So I get -4 over 2, which is -2. So the gradient is a negative, which is good because I see it's going in the negative direction. So that means I've found it right. Now, I could sub in a point to find c, but I don't really have to for this one because c is the y-intercept, and I can read that off here, and it's actually 4. So I can quickly write the formula for this one. It's now -2x, because that's what m, plus 4. And there's that equation. So down here is what we'll be doing today.